Hey guys, Peggy Yee here with Frankly Realtors, and today I'm going to talk about what to do if you find that you're either buying or selling a property that has HOA or condo violations. So if you're part of a community that has HOA and condo rules or an association, then there's typically rules that govern how you can use the property, right? Some cases they're like architectural rules, or you can't make changes to the structure because there's other units may be affected. So as part of the sale, the seller is going to be ordering HOA docs and condo docs, and usually as part of that process, somebody from the association, usually the property manager, is going to come out to the property to inspect it. For a condo, they'll go inside the unit. HOA townhouses, sometimes they go inside, sometimes they don't. It just depends on the association. Regardless, there's going to be an inspection, and it's going to be noted on those documents whether or not the unit has any violations. So violations that I've seen could be, there maybe the fence is falling down and needs to be repaired. The color of the shutters isn't on file. Maybe there was a deck that was put into the property that wasn't on file. Toilet leaking, broken seal on the window that needs to be fixed, especially in a condo. Things like that could be HOA or condo violations. Now, there's a couple things that can be done about that. Number one, the violations can or should be fixed by the seller, unless it's negotiated that, if a buyer's taking the property as is and the seller is making no repairs, and there is a specific section in the contract that says that the buyer will take the property along with any HOA violations. Now, with all of these violations, they can be remedied before or after closing. We can still close on a property with HOA violations. It's just that the buyer is now responsible for those violations and could potentially be fined if they don't fix them after closing. So that is a risk onto the buyer, which is why the seller usually fixes them before closing, and we get a clear notice from the HOA that all of those violations have been fixed. So that's definitely something that you want to get before you close, if you want to make sure that the seller has done all of those repairs and they're in compliance with the HOA. So those are a couple things just to note about HOA or condo violations. They're usually not anything really big. Let's say there was a seller that put in a deck that the HOA was supposed to approve but didn't approve. A lot of times it's an easy fix. It's just basically submitting that application post-install. So just saying, sorry, here is the application. And usually as long as they have that on file, then you can get kind of a retroactive approval. So even having HOA violations, not a deal breaker. We can work through them to make sure that either the seller is fixing them and it's done before closing, or the buyer is aware that those violations need to be fixed after closing. So if you guys have any other questions about what to do if you have like HOA violations or condo violations, or any questions about that, feel free to contact me at 703-349-0143 or email me at peggy@peggyyee.com. Thanks.